Yep, seems fine. Especially for an improvised solution. I have no idea why it suddenly lost all its properties. The selected sub-region of the window and all that. Since I'm not doing this in any clear and nice way. Sorry about that. Either way, even though I'm kinda late, it should be fine.
Come out, wherever you are.
I am on my way to the hotel. This is the second episode, Mission 4, the Overlooked Hotel. My current ammunition status is the pitchfork with unlimited ammo, the flare gun, 16 shots, 17 shots in the shotgun, 308 in the minigun. Of course, quite a few uses of my dynamite in regular mode, 2 in motion tracker, 12 in remote activated one. 1 spray of my makeshift flamethrower, and the voodoo doll. Yeah, I have beaten the penultimate level and the ultimate level of the first episode, and now I'm on the second, so I got quite a ways further into the game. By the way, am I not too loud? Because I've upped the gain on the microphone by quite a bit. I should be heard clearly, but I don't want to peak. I also don't want to have to shout to the microphone to be heard, because that doesn't necessarily help my voice or my throat. Okay. As far as I can tell, I can even murmur and you should still be able to hear me over the sounds of the game. Alright. Look at those guys. Look at those bastards. And of course you can pick oh crap! Well, I regret that happening, I regret it very much.
Come out, wherever you are.
The plan was decent. Jumping over them. One way and the other. It's just that at some point they blocked my exit, and as such I got stuck. I restarted the entire level. It's not a quick save, this is the very beginning of the level. I guess this is the sort of ground rule I perhaps should not be breaking. I've lost a bit of life, so that's not something that should warrant such a drastic reaction. But then again, if I restart from the very beginning of the level, I feel somewhat justified. It's a drastic measure. On the other hand, the punishment for dying is that you lose all of your weapons and have to pick up whatever you find. So I'm not playing this on absolute iron mode. This definitely could be harder. I cannot pick up the armor because I already have more, and this is just basic armor. So this path is useless to me so far. If I lose my armor, I can go back there and regain some of it. Of course, I need to be careful in trying to make my way through these twisted passages. It seems to burn. Oh! Well, damn it. But hey, lost a bit of armor, lost a bit of life, picked up both of them. Of course, sometimes you'll see that screen flash in front of you, and that's just the music reload. That fountain. That's just silly. That's just silly, but I like it that way. You can jump on top of the fountain and this is the result. You get on top of the hedge. Oh, by the way, this has been mentioned previously, but yeah. That's a personal landmark, so to speak. You could pick up. You could use the jump boots. But the other devs probably expect you to figure this out. I mean, why wouldn't you? Back in the day. Why wouldn't you indeed? It's just a bundle of dynamite, though. It's... Whoa! Whoa! Stop! No! You're tearing me apart, Gargoyle, very literally. Single hit point healed up by the life essence because it was there and I picked it up. Think I killed the... Yeah, the zombie head is on top of the hedge now. Yep, that's the fat zombie. I guess we could try to use the motion detector dynamite. We toss it there, and it blows up the zombie. Bam shazam. At least I hope the zombie is dead. This is a spray can. Yeah, this is a spray can. I figured it would be a deodorant, but I guess... Okay, here's a question for you native speakers. Would you call a bottle of deodorant a spray can? Or would you only call a spray paint can a spray can? Because I don't think this guy is spraying paint. I assumed that to be the case. Okay, so we have a single native speaker in this chat. And that's the guy I keep correcting on the language, so Logos, help us. Specifying what's in the can sounds like the right sort of idea in most circumstances. Yeah, I believe you can English to an extent. Damn it, I want to... I got shot. Yeah, both can be flammable, but I don't think he's spraying paint. It doesn't look that way. Hold on, if he was spraying paint, assuming he had the lighter and set it on fire, would it still paint stuff? Or would the scorch marks just burn everything out? Because the paint would be on fire anyway, so... Let's get on top of the hedge via this lovely elevator. Come on, elevator. And of course I need to remember that you can reactivate the elevator. By simply clicking use. Aerosol seems to be, at least to me, a synonym for a spray. Come on, gargoyle, I know you want it. But of course I cannot... Cannot attack the gargoyle without its consent. That wouldn't be right. It's also in stone form, so I wouldn't deal the damage, but that's a separate issue. Forgive me for failing to properly jump from place to place, but mistakes have been made apparently. Okay, I know the left gargoyle. Yeah, sanity can be an issue, but then again I'm playing blood, so that might be somewhat appropriate. Would have been a lot more appropriate in a Cthulhu game, but... meh. That gargoyle is just such a pain. I believe he will come to life as soon as I cross the archway in the hedge. Won't you, gargoyle? Won't you? Zom. Thank you, Zom. Ah, damn it. Of course I shot the gargoyle because it was nearer to me. And of course I jumped on top of the zombie, which hurt me, so I'm at 99 now instead of 100. I knew it! Knew this would happen. Okay, what are the zombies? Are all of them dead, at least of those that have followed me here? No, of course not. Dealt with. Of course I have gotten... I've gotten rid of, well, I have used up all of my shotgun ammo at this point. Which means that I will have to make do with what I've just made the same mistake as previously, haven't I? I've used up all the ammo and I will be left with crappy weapons the moment I reach the hotel. And that's something I just can't allow myself. Right. This is the way. Oh, these are the cultists. I probably should shoot them. This will not work. I made the same mistake. Obviously. Alright, let's use the doctor's bag. Much as I hate to do so. The gargoyles still don't want to come to life, huh? Let's persuade them. Where did he go? Oh. There's just no easy solution to this. I can empty my Tommy gun at him, but that's just not the best of ideas, especially in these circumstances where I need to conserve ammo for later. Oh yeah, of course, this one will not come to life immediately. And there are a few zombies here, I believe, yes. Yep. Let's use the pitchfork for these ones. Since, you know, need to conserve the ammo. He got on this tiny platform and he doesn't want to fall off. That's cute. In a morbid sort of way. Oh. Well, after a bit of time he decided he values getting to me more than staying on the platform. Which is also cute in a slightly more morbid way. There we go, life essence here, life essence there. If you do not deal enough damage to them, they will get up, as far as I can tell. You can deal enough damage to knock them down, but they will eventually get up. However, oh, this is quite interesting. I'm not sliding down if I'm in between here. The forces just cancel out. However, if you do deal enough damage in one go, they will not get up. Yep, because the pitchfork does not deal enough damage in one swing to knock them out. To knock them down, I guess. Was that fall damage or did I... Oh no, someone opened the door. It doesn't do enough damage in one swing. But when you swing it 10 times, it does kill the gargoyle. 10 times, is it? We're talking about zombies, not gargoyles. Well, anyway. It's not even 10 times. 10 times was the sort of BS number I got early on. That wasn't supposed to work anywhere, but was the case nonetheless. It remains a mystery to me as to how it might have even been the case at all. But prefer not to dwell on that. I think it's 6 swings now. Then again, I'm playing on medium. Right, time to enter the hotel. There are a few life essences here to pick up. I need to count them up. Here's one. That's it. Alright, ammo check. 7 shots from the flare gun. Nice for setting cultists on fire. 200 shots from the Tommy gun, so we'll use that. Okay, I could set people on fire, that's also an option. Or use the voodoo doll. That's a good idea. Bushes. There don't seem to be any secrets here. But let's hump the bushes anyway. Oomph, oomph, oomph. Nope. Nothing done. Alright. Same deal as usual. Set the dynamite on fire, open the door, toss in the dynamite, run. What? Well, I guess they blew themselves up. Well, that blew someone up, and they threw a bit of a bitty stick of dynamite my way, so I'm glad I... Ah, yeah, it burns, doesn't it? Doesn't it? This doesn't seem like the best of ideas, but I need to get through that place somehow. See, here's the deal. I could toss in dynamite from time to time, try to duck behind cover. The problem is I still get chip damage dealt to me. Still get hurt. So I think it might be safer to barge in there, shoot them down. I will take a bit of damage, but conceivably it'll be less than all the damage that will eventually add up with the hit and run tactic. What do you say? Do you vote for hit and run, or do you vote for barging in there? Hit and run is a safer bet. As you wish, I will keep tossing dynamite then. There's no one there, so I will come in anyway. Your vote is for more explosions. Well, that's a... Beep, zombies. Well, yeah, that's a way to get ahead, but I don't want ahead, I want life essence. Well, the cultists. There's a skull key there. Oh, and I need the skull key for this. Okay, here's the issue. I hate it when they can shoot through barriers. And I can get to the other side. It's not necessarily I want to pitchfork them to death. It's just annoying. It's just annoying because I can't really toss my dynamite through the barrier reliably. It might bounce back at me and ruin my day. Let's go this way. Oh great, hello. Come with me, zombies. This is a slow way, but also, as long as I can keep the rhythm and not get hurt like a dumbass, which might be a challenge for me nowadays. As long as I play it safe and successfully pull it off, should be able to kill the zombies without a hitch and without wasting ammo. Now most of the time, using up ammo seemed to be a better idea than risking my hit points time after time after time again. However, in these circumstances I am so desperate for ammo, so starved for it, I am willing to take that slight risk of getting hurt. Whether it is wise or whether I shouldn't. Oh no! Alright, that was a decent idea. What the... A secret is revealed! No! No! Spiders! Fucking spiders! Open the door! There's one thing I hate. See, the problem with spiders is that you cannot really hit them unless you're crouching. At least as far as I have seen. I hate spiders. What's up with this guy? Seriously, I want to attack him finally, but he doesn't seem to be too willing to. And I got hit by the spider. I might be. I actually might be. Somewhat arachnophobic. In real life. It's just that these spiders are also extremely annoying, so that's something to consider as well. Spiders are bros. Well, that would explain why I have to get down to the level. That's it. No, I have explored many different areas in this game, but... Yeah, thanks. Literally. As I was saying, I've seen many different areas with all sorts of decor, but this fireplace just trumps everything I've seen so far. Look at it. A skull-shaped fireplace. Can't beat that. And I will walk into it. Picked up fire armor, of course. See, a sane person would not have done that. There's a fireplace, I'd better walk in there. But of course, this is an old video game. That's the sort of thing you do. See a fireplace, you can walk in there, therefore you do. He went through the wall, didn't he? He went straight through the wall. I'm sorry. Sorry, man. Sorry I killed you. But hey, you were surrounded by zombies. You were going down anyway. More like flames. Hey man, what's up? The zombies kinda caught me off guard, so... Run. Run, man, run. Yummy life assessment. Well, not much really. From what I've seen, that's pretty much all they do. What? Okay, what do you guys think this represents? I mean, it's something chained up, but I'm not quite sure what it is. Any guesses? It's probably some anatomical part. The upper part seems to be a bone, the lower part seems to be a broken bone. What could it be?
I did it my way.
A wall... If that's phallic, then I must be doing it wrong. It just... no. By the way, this guy, even though he's chopped to pieces, seems to be still alive. No! No soul swallowing! This game is creepy. I mean, of all the things, you open a door, all three hands just march towards you. Yep. Speaking of which, are you in favor of saving Agrippa and trusting Agrippa, or are you in favor of just keeping the portal closed? What's your stance on the subject? Oh no, you don't! Up for fuck's! I blew myself up. I think both. I think he both is nice and wants something out of you. It's just that what he wants may not necessarily be outright evil. I wouldn't consider it evil. I figured as in using you for his own ends, which he is. It's just that I don't necessarily consider it bad. I mean, but we've seen the ending. He doesn't seem to do anything malicious. He just gets himself set free and goes into a different dimension. Spoiler alert for anyone who's... ah, god damn it. That was a decent dynamite toss, by the way. Yeah, that's a good point. He ends up helping you when you end up helping him. I would consider him a good guy. It's just that... I mean, this value judgment comes from your judgment of, I guess, going to that different dimension. But then again, what could be bad in that? Yes, arguments could be... I'm trying to figure out arguments against helping Agrippa, against venturing into another realm of existence. Even if they had to be, even if they have to be somewhat same world centric. Will he get up or will he not? He will get up, of course. Barely. That's the problem with zombies. Sometimes they get up even though you use dynamite. And I blew a path to the hedge maze. Jumping over here doesn't help me in the slightest. Maybe, just maybe, you can blow these up, but I don't think so. No, you cannot. I've just wasted perfectly good dynamite. Oh, you can open it up. And conceivably, if you close it down, you die. I guess one would have to wonder why Alexander didn't want to take you beyond that place, and why he didn't want to take Agrippa with him as well. Although he might have been willing to do that beforehand and maybe just has changed his mind as he figured he was manipulated, got betrayed. I guess making non-trivial judgments here is going to be quite difficult. Yeah, but do you necessarily take it as a good sign if there's pretty much one interpretation of these characters? Doesn't it make them somewhat one-dimensional and flat? If it can't really be argued that they are to an extent evil or selfish. Even if the saner interpretation is that they are not. What the fuck?! How did that happen? Was that a remote mine I left there? Or was it something they did? What? How? I just figured I could bounce off the gargoyle and jump there instead of going all the way around. Why? Why did it blow up? Did anyone pay attention? Sure as hell did.
Come out, wherever you are.
It's going so well too.
Come out, wherever you are.
Oh, a fireball to the face. Excellent. It was booby-trapped. I don't want to pick up that armor quite yet.
Yes, Johnny.
Right, got the gargoyle here. And of course I shot into the wall, because why not? Alright, didn't lose a lot of health. Didn't really lose health. Yeah, that's the tougher zombie. Let's shoot this one with a flare gun. Could have killed him with a simple pitchfork, but didn't feel like it. Did that kill him or just piss him off? Probably both. Whoa! And it has been activated. And now if I walk over it, I will blow myself up. Good job. What do you mean by actual? I guess the answer hinges on that. The language of the cultists has been made up for the purpose of the game exclusively, but it is a language of sorts. There are a few things that have been determined when it comes to the cultist language. It's structured, it's just not any real language. It's a fictional language. Fuck! I had to eventually step over it, didn't I? So utterly insipid. So you meant it being structured, or did you mean it being fictional? Probably fictional, but... No. Probably. Assuming I guess correctly, since my knowledge of Game of Thrones is close to nil. Oh, of course I forgot to silence my phone. It's professionalism right there. I thought I jumped over the gargoyle. I didn't, I really didn't. Still hurt me. Now I'm at 90 health. I don't. See, the thing is, the moment I cross the hedge, they will activate. This one will activate. So I might as well get it over with. Most of them will come to life. And if I want to avoid them coming to life at the most inopportune of moments, I might as well try to preemptively kill them. Now there are a few of them that annoy the hell out of me because they just stay in stone form seemingly indefinitely. There probably is some event that triggers them. Just like the events that trigger the zombies. They unburrow and come at you. Now these zombies are triggered by proximity, and some gargoyles trigger in a similar fashion. If you walk next to them, they suddenly come to life. Some gargoyles also have a secondary trigger that when you pass a certain area they come to life. Usually they come to life behind you. Now some of them only have the positional trigger, so if you come next to them, they don't do anything. If you push them, they don't do anything. However, when you open a certain door, they do come to life. Yeah, exactly. That's the sort of trigger I'm used to. Something happens when something else. All in database. Something can be triggered by an event. Something happens. They are fighting! Listen to this. Sweet sound of conflict. I think LOL has rotated through most of the vowels available. The options are severely limited at this point. I believe the only ones left are Y and I. And I just makes it sound like little. I suspect that within the next 5 years we will transition to LYL. And after that point there will be very little in terms of linguistic maneuverability. The KEK option has been explored, and I believe vowel substitution in that regard may still be an option. Of course, there is already there's already an IM system of sorts called KIK, so that's not necessarily the way to go when it comes to LOL. KYK remains an option. KOK doesn't have the right ring to it, unfortunately. KUK makes it sound like something else entirely as well. It's a difficult matter. Once again, we might switch to a substitution of an entire letter. So the new letter O, the new letter again, except that once again it has to have some resemblance to the initial form for it to be recognizable to people not necessarily all too acquainted with the subject. More importantly, it has to not resemble something else. At least not too much, so as not to confuse people too much. Yes, that's what I'm discussing. Oh, of course it was ironic. So what? Exactly. Consider ironic necrophilia. The guy's doing it, but he's doing it ironically, so it doesn't count. No. Well, exactly. How is it ironic? Well, I guess the same way saying something is ironic, because maybe the person doesn't mean it. In the depths of the heart, they just don't intend it. But they are doing it, just like with saying things. They say it the same way a person would say it if they was not saying it ironically, except that they do not mean them. This sublime difference of not meaning. I guess I prefer sarcasm most of the time. And of course with fall damage, it exists. And of course, when it comes to irony as applied to events, that's also something to keep in mind. And I guess it's difficult to put in words what it exactly is, but I have a decent sense that I would be able to tell it from non-irony, either all of the time or at the very least almost all of the time. As far as I would say, it's when something makes sense even though we absolutely know that it doesn't make sense. That it's not any sort of real world relation, it just seems to be, appears to be, but it's not though. It's absolutely not. When there is a clear correlation and yet absolutely no causation behind it. Did I push it off? Yeah, here's the second gargoyle. I've looked it up in a dictionary back in the day, and sarcasm is directed at a person when it comes to spoken things. But they are somewhat similar, somewhat related. Okay, let's try this. No. Wanted to open the door. An iterative approach. Let's try again. Anyway, how would you define the difference between irony and sarcasm in speech? Yeah, that's situational irony or tragical irony.
That's all, folks.
Because once again, you can put it in words in a certain way in which it would make sense, but it really doesn't. As in, you need water, except that you do have water. Well, you don't need it in that way, but yeah, that's ironic. Of course, this is the sort of edge case example. I would prefer something like, although it may conjure wrong sort of well. A rainy day, having your wedding be on a rainy day in itself is not irony, but if you are marrying a guy called Cloud, then it is ironic. Because the things are related, kinda, but you know that the relation doesn't cause the event. So it's in that sense tied to the notion of synchronicity that's used in fortune telling, at least in honest fortune telling. And in psychology. That's an interesting correlation, by the way. What? Seriously? Hold on. So you think they have to be against each other? As in you have to marry a guy named Sunny and it has to rain?
Sailing.
Ironic because not? Ironic because on the other... I don't know. But still, you wouldn't argue that it's ironic because the guy is named Sunny and therefore it should be Sunny. No, it shouldn't, there's no relation, that's just a name. You can't expect the weather to be sunny just because the guy is called Sunny. On the other hand, if you argue that there seems to be a relation, that it's ironic, that's the guy's name, and this is the situation, and even though I know that these are not connected... Exactly. Oh, so it works both ways. If it goes the same way, and if it goes the opposite way, it is still ironic, because it implies a relation that's just not there. So once again, irony is when we when we understand that something does not have a causal relation in the slightest, but it amuses us that there is a clear correlation that shouldn't be there. And the more clear the correlation, the more ironic it is. Imagine something happening to you 3 times in a row with the same circumstances that in the same sort of way tie in together, and yet you know that they can absolutely have no relation. And you would say, oh, this is ironic because this is the 3rd time something, 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 and something, something, something. And I know that there's absolutely no reason to believe that these things are related, and yet. Well, that was extreme, now wasn't it? Dealt quite a bit of damage to myself doing that, but... I mean, if there is a connection... Okay, so imagine just going on a date... Whoa, you can shoot the table. Imagine just going on a date with the guy called Sunny, and it's the 3rd date in a row that it's raining, even though it usually doesn't rain. Oh no, spiders. Fucking spiders. Give me fire and give them death. Yep, this is the way to go. Crouch and set the bastards on fire while crouching. That's how you deal with spiders. Okay, what is the specific definition? I mean, I know that there's something special to it. The question is, what is it? How would you demarcate it? And of course, definitions are somewhat arbitrary. They exist within a language. We can theoretically agree on pretty much anything, but still, if we want to communicate with other people clearly, we need to have the same sort of notion in mind. Come on, guys, just stay. No, just go over. Just stay someplace and be safe, please. Okay. The more you are running around, the more you are likely to bump into a cultist and die. Just stay calm. The expression of one's meaning, but in language that only signifies the opposite. Well, there are these... I think it's a famous quote from Wittgenstein that meaning is use. So if people use language in a certain way, that's what the word means. And if you want to insist on anything else, then you are clearly a fool, because... It's quite intuitive to believe that a word in the English language means what a competent English speaker understands by the word. And then of course you can you can get in a loop, because how the hell do you define a competent English speaker? Is it not because he understands what he is saying?
The sun will come out tomorrow.
You could theoretically end up in a scenario where you believe, okay, these people are not competent English speakers because they do not use words in the way which I describe to be the correct one. These definitions usually rely on a degree of intuitive understanding, I guess. And sometimes I may be upset at how people use language, but honestly, if too many people insist on using language in a certain way, you can't just insist that they are all using it wrong. You just have to switch the definitions. Actually, this is something I wanted to discuss in the video, because... No! No! You leave me! Oh, fuck! Oh, fuck! Oh, oh, no! Ah! How did that even happen? It straight up started choking me! How could I not kill it with the pitchfork? See, it's eaten by well, you're not even paying enough attention. It was a hand, okay? It was a disembodied hand that started choking me. It wasn't a spider. I was crouching, wasn't I? I guess I need to aim lower. Holy crap. This is far from the first time I've met the hand, but interestingly enough, this is the first time I've seen that animation, which is quite amusing. Oh, hold on, there are three hands that aren't there. Wait, the three hands were behind this door. Who opened the door? How did that happen? Apparently, someone opened the door before I got there. And they got out, and I was not prepared for them because I usually open the door myself. Well, hands open doors, huh? Yep. And now you're probably gonna ask me whether I am afraid of hands. And like with the spiders... See, this door is closed now. Oh look, he's praying. How sweet, he's praying to his dark god. Oh, I'm sorry, am I being intolerant to your wonderful religion? Well, I'm sorry. But I don't think I'm being ignorant since I'm from the same call. It's just that I got cast out and forsaken by the same dark god that you worship. I guess you shouldn't be surprised that I am kinda upset at the entire situation, especially considering the fact that you've crucified my goddamn girlfriend. I'd be lying if I told you it's not personal. Kinda is, cultist, it kinda is. Called Joker, I figured chokers usually were a fashion accessory, but I guess it can be a profession as well, why not? Indeed, man, indeed. Yeah. By the way, a lot of basic armor here. Basic armor in the corner here. Basic armor in the corner there. Can't pick any of it up. By the way, let's take a moment to admire the artwork here, because these things are over the top, I guess. Constantly over the top, but I still appreciate this sort of approach. You know, some people may find it tacky and just too false to be shocking, but still, I appreciate the ridiculousness, and I appreciate it unironically. Look at this. It's I believe a goat's skull bleeding into a goblet. Just take a while to appreciate the thought put behind it. I guess this is the sort of taste these cultists have. Oh, yeah, I guess, how did they get this made in the first place? Did they made it themselves? Are they known for making tapestry, personally? Or did they make someone else do it for them? Did they send out an order? Yeah, we would like to have a tapestry depicting a goat's skull bleeding into a golden goblet, please. Like any particular... Oh, no, it's just for religious purposes. Oh, okay. We are going to put it in a place of worship. Can't be a dead cultist without occasionally tapping your foot in disapproval.
That's all, folks.
Oh, it's a... yeah, it's an extensive one too. It's a 9 to 5 hand job. But yeah, I guess hand profession kinda doesn't do it justice. I've went so far.
I need a key.
The spider key. I went so far. So far along the way. I want to go back now. All the way back. And head someplace else. Look, this is the first goddamn wing I've entered. As you enter this enormous hotel. By the way, this is what blew me up. I'm scared to death of going there. But anyway. This is the way to the right and to the right of the way to the right. You can also go to the left of the way to the right and to the left in general. Oh, what is this? A side path. A secret. I hear ticking. Or tapping. I'm scared. Alright, what's gonna come out at me? I know you don't give me stuff for free, game. I know you don't. What is it this time? Zombies? Hands? Spiders? I believe this is a... I believe you can break this. And I believe they can see me through this. Yeah, blew him up. Did it just... I'll just leave this here, thank you. Nope, can't open this. But I can jump through here. Uh-oh. I kinda don't want to enter that place. You know what? No. Just go upstairs and... Oh, crying out loud. No. How am I supposed to deal with his suppressive fire? It suppresses me. Okay, let's try the final path. Yeah, just run in there, please. A hallway and many doors. Oh, see, this is the thing about... Oh shit! Oh fuck! The first time I've encountered this type of enemies. It was quite a quaint experience. Yes, that's the thing I figured as well. I initially wanted to say that the thing about old games, especially old FPS games, is that they have this maze sort of design where you have so many ways you can go and you explore each of them in turn. Which is quite fun in its own right, but you have to keep track of all the places. That caught me off guard. I knew it. Oh, fuck! No, I went the left... No, the right-left path from the main hallway. I went to the first door to the library, and after the Grim Reapers, I jumped on top of the bookshelves and went into the secret hidden passage. That's where I am right now. That's what I have to keep track of. Oh, and you can just walk through the picture. It's incorporeal. You can't even break it, you just walk through it. By the way, you probably think I am overreacting to this, but I don't know, maybe it is more scary from the outside. I mean, from the inside. Maybe it isn't, maybe it's just that I tend to react pretty strongly to such silly things. Oh look, guns akimbo. Yeah, makes sense. Huh? Wait. A swinging chain. I have to remember that guns akimbo are over here, so if I ever need them, I can pick them up later on. I've wasted 2 shotgun shots. Completely indistinctly. Get up. You. Well! Did you see where the shots were coming from? Because I didn't. Were they shooting at me without being able to see me? Because that's also a possibility. Found a secret. A book. What? Is that a... Huh? I don't think it's severed, hopefully. I just picked up a book. That's an unusual sort of pickup for this guy. What am I supposed to do with it? Am I supposed to put it someplace? Oh, yeah, it is a secret passageway, of course. He doesn't seem like the book smart type, really. Oh, it's another secret. I have no idea where I am right now. Fuck! Every time, every goddamn time. Might actually give me nightmares. Oh, right, they was shooting me through here. By the way, I can pick up... Guys, I have a bad feeling about this. As far as I understand it, there are tomes scattered across this level. Well, that certainly would be a discriminatory stereotype that I would not want to imply. It's... There are tomes scattered around this hotel. And as I collect all of them, something
I did it my way.
will probably happen. And I will not leave this level until I find out what exactly. Yes, this is a hotel. For the cold-hearted. Found a secret. Oh, so this is the other side of that gate. Okay. This is the ball. That's it. Seems like an... I have no idea where I am, but I will not be scared. Fucking knew it! I fucking knew it! Knew something was gonna happen! Knew something would come out at me! Too big of an open area for that to not be implied! Holy fucking shit! Good old new style zombies. Bigger and better than the old style zombies, oh yes. But they're all dead now. And I was prepared for the bastards, wasn't I? Yes, I was. Oh. To hang out, I guess. I mean, come on, if you were in a cult, would you really, really want to hang out in the place of worship all the time? Especially with your dark god? Oh, I picked up the doctor's bag, which means that I have wasted some of it. If I flip the switch, what are the odds that I will only turn the light on without affecting anything else? No. Well, maybe it is a holiday retreat for the cultists. Who knows? I am so hopelessly lost right now, by the way. I know this is the way through the gate, which I will not be able to go through. You know what? I think I will stop here for today. I've gone quite far. I have found 2 tomes. I will feel bad if I just die here. And I will say this much. If I die in this run, I will start from the very beginning of the level, not from this save. But next time I go through this, I will start from this save. Since I have not yet died. I'm kinda tired and I've streamed for, well, quite a bit. An hour and a half, I guess. Yeah. But I guess it's a good sign. It is a fairly scary game. Like, I appreciate the fact that it's effective in that respect. It doesn't cease to surprise me. The moment you think, oh, I have this all figured out now, it's not gonna... No. There are new things and they just keep coming at you. And the foreboding atmosphere is what gets me as well. Because these tomes make a certain peculiar sound when you pick them up. And I dread to imagine what will happen when I obtain all of them. Especially since this is some sort of a doomsday cult worshipping a dark god of sorts that has unleashed hordes of zombies upon the world. Droves of gargoyles roam the skies nowadays. A dark god kidnapped my girlfriend that has been sacrificed in a bloody ritual on top of a mountain of stone to awaken a horrible monstrosity. What else are they up to? Are they one-trick ponies? Was awakening that particular single dark god of stone the only thing they ever did? I don't think so. You could consider them jump scares, yes you could. But then again, you theoretically could reduce any sort of terror that is sudden to a jump scare, theoretically. So when I encounter something new, when I walk into the library and I spot a new type of enemies and I freak out, you could consider that a jump scare, but it really isn't a jump scare. I think bigger and darker things are ahead of us. Although I honestly don't know. We will find out eventually, but for now, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you probably a week from now. And we will venture further into this hotel, and I will be even more lost at that point. I've taken quite a few turns. I figured this was not the way to go, that I would get someplace else. Figured I would get into a dead end and could proceed down a different path. Nope. Thank you all for watching. Those of you watching live, and those of you watching the VODs, and I will see you sometime else.